Alright, on today's video, we are back at the range, and today we are out here to do the review on the Anderson Manufacturing Frontline 16. Alright, now this gun is clear. We've got an ECI in it and no magazine. Now, I already did an introduction to the Frontline 16 video, and I'll link that in the description below. We basically just went over all the specs and everything about this gun. And I'm not going to bore you with an unboxing because when you get this gun from Anderson, it comes in a brown box, it says Anderson Manufacturing on it, and inside that box you'll have a lock and one Magpul P-Mag. All right, now what we're going to be doing in the video today, if you look behind me here, I've got a wall set up, I got a port in the center wall, I got a bunch of USPSA targets set up, and we're just going to do some close range stuff, fire 2 shots into the A zone of each one of those targets, and transition and move up to the port and take the last 2 targets from the port. We're also going to be heading back out to the other range, and we're going to shoot a 50-yard group with this, and we're going to shoot a 100-yard group with this rifle. So we're going to be filming at 2 different ranges, but I think we're going to have some fun. All right, target on the left, we had 2 alphas. And the target to the right, we had 2 alphas. 2 alpha, 2 alpha, Alpha Charlie, and 2 alpha. All right, my first impression so far shooting the Frontline 16. I'm really liking the Magpul buttstock here. The grip is awesome. I run all Magpul grips anyway now. I normally run K2 XLs. And maybe I'll switch it out for the bigger grip, but so far, I really like the grip on this. Now, the recoil impulse on this, I'm real happy with that. This buffer system that they're using in here is doing its job, and so far, it's a pleasure to shoot. All right, we had an alpha and a Charlie. 2 alpha. Alpha Charlie, Alpha Charlie, Alpha Charlie. All right, we had an alpha and a Charlie, but a clear up here. That was a terrible shot. All right, so let's talk about a couple other things that I really like so far. This Breek Arms Warhammer charging handle is awesome. Really like that. Probably my favorite charging handle I have out of all the ARs I have. So we may have to start replacing all the charging handles on my other ARs with the Warhammer. The other thing that I really like is the handguard on this. It's plenty long enough. I can stretch out on it. I really like that. I definitely need to get an angled foregrip on it, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the video, what I plan to do with that, because we obviously are going to have a lot more videos on this Frontline 16. All right, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, and 2 alpha. All right, so let's talk about reliability and the ammo I'm using. Now, I am running my reloads. I'm using my 55 grain Berry's bullets. I load up thousands of those each year, and they're just rounds that I use to test things on the channel. We're not going to be running any factory ammo through this. Sorry about that. I refuse to buy factory 223. 50, 60 cents a round, it's ridiculous. I can make it so much cheaper than that. If you're wanting to know how well the Frontline 16 runs with factory ammo, you're not going to get it here on this channel. This is strictly going to be running on reloads. I took this gun right out of the box and brought it right here to the range. So I have not oiled, cleaned this gun or anything. It went straight out of the box and we're shooting it, and so far it's running great. the left, 3 Alpha, 1 Charlie. Nice little tight group here, 4 Alpha. And our fire target, we had 3 Alpha and 1 Charlie. All right, we are at the rifle range, and I've got a target set up down there at 50 yards, and I do have a camera down there rolling. And what I want to do with this Frontline 16 is shoot a 5-shot group at 50 yards. And then when we're done here on the 50-yard range, we'll move it over to the 100-yard range. And basically just want to talk about shooting this gun out of a rest, and I just want to see how well it can group. All right, here we go. All right, we're all set up over here on the 100-yard range. I got a target down there, and I do have a camera down there rolling on that target. Now, the Panzer that's on this, I'm keeping a 50-yard zero on this. So we're gonna aim just at the very bottom of the yellow bullseye on the target on the left. And we're just gonna see how well this Frontline 16 is gonna group at 100 yards. All right, here we go. All right, not a very good group, but we got 3 in the yellow, and then we got 1 right here, but we got a flyer all the way over here. All right, so let's talk about shooting 100 yards with the Anderson Frontline 16. That group wasn't that good, but like I said, over on the 50-yard range, those are plinking rounds. They're not made for precision. In fact, I don't even think we've had those out past 50 yards yet. The other variable we have today is we're testing out a brand new optic. We've got the Monstrum Panzer 1-10 on here, which is a great scope so far from what I can tell. Brand new gun, brand new optic, and we're not using the best ammo to be shooting at 100 yards. So I'll take that group. The other variable is we only got about 15 rounds through this rifle right now. We actually shot this rifle footage first. We've only got 15 rounds on the rifle and 15 rounds with this optic, so I got a lot of things to get used to here. But other than that, I'm real happy with it. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the trigger in this. Now, I assume it's some sort of mil-spec trigger, but it's actually not too bad. And I'm a trigger snob. I mean, I have drop-in triggers in every one of my ARs. I have everything from Rise Armament to Geisley to Hyperfire. But this trigger is not bad at all, even for shooting out of a rest and shooting at 100 yards. All right, my final thoughts on the Anderson Manufacturing Frontline 16. This is a really nice rifle right out of the box. I couldn't be happier with it. I really like the Magpul furniture on it. This buttstock is super nice. Love the grip. The handguard on this is perfect length. I like the longer 15-inch handguards. And I just don't really have anything bad to say about an AR right out of the box, especially at this price range. Now, we talked about this at the rifle range. Even the trigger in this, it's not a bad trigger. I don't have a lot of experience with mil-spec triggers, and I'm not exactly sure what all they've done to this, but it's a pretty decent trigger. I was able to run it pretty quick today. All right, now we're going to be doing a lot more videos with this rifle. One of the reasons being, there are some upgrades and things I need to do to this rifle because I'm a left-handed shooter. So we need some ambi controls on this. So we will be putting an ambi safety selector on it. We'll probably use Strike Industries. That's what I pretty much have on all my other rifles. We're also going to put a flat face trigger in it. Probably try something new that I haven't tried. I might try a trigger from Aim Surplus. I've been meaning to try one of their drop-in triggers, so we might try that. And not because it's got a bad trigger, it's just I want a flat trigger in it. And I want to get it down around 3.5 pounds. Now, one other thing we need out here on the front, I got to have a foregrip. I got foregrips on all my ARs, and my favorite foregrip is the Strike Industries Link Curve, and that's what we'll be putting on this. We need to put a ambi mag release on it. That'll be another Strike Industries part. So stay tuned. A lot more to come with the Frontline 16. We're going to run a lot more ammo through this thing, and this is just an awesome rifle. And I really want to thank Anderson Manufacturing for sending this out to the channel. I've had an absolute great time shooting all the videos with this, and I plan on shooting quite a few more. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.